but I've met a lot of like firefighters, police officers,
Yeah.
crane operators, and it's crazy to me to like know that those guys are probably spending just about half their paycheck, even probably more, on bodybuilding every single month.
Yeah. If you love it, if it's for yourself, then I don't see a problem with that, man. As long as you keep yourself healthy. And with the police officers, I mean, they get their gear for free through seizures. These rumors have been going around for a while. Oh, we got another bust, and then it's
Oh yeah, I
they
mean,
split it up amongst the station, and then
I would not be surprised at all. I mean,
yeah.
it's I can't see that much harm in that. So
No.
well, I shouldn't say
So
that, but
otherwise, you have to destroy it, right?
let's get into quickly just the cost of being a bodybuilder. I did my own analysis of like what it would cost annually to become an IFBB pro, and so I'll give you kind of like what like some of the factors I took into account. So food, uh, obviously gym memberships, gear, coaching, any recovery. Let's say like you said, massage, deep tissue, PT. Let's see. I took into account.
Maybe the newbie fit, for your
Yeah,
electronic
like stuff like that. I
stimulation.
mean, that's like more nuanced, but biggest things would be like obviously nutrition gear, gym memberships, NPC,
Well,
membership, travel
uh,
to shows,
yeah, the travelers. Yeah,
hotels
that's
around
expensive.
like national shows. Bluey, sorry, my dog is fucking.
That's all right, man. They want attention. You should hear my cats, man.
My little ferret.
Oh, cutie!
So,
It's
yeah,
like a full blown Ewok
yeah, right.
from Star Wars.
Want to say hi?
Hey,
She can stay for this segment.
yeah, cool.
So yeah, what would you say that would be
The most expensive thing is the emotional support animal for bodybuilding,
right?
because it's because you got to take them to the vet and get them spayed and get them the high quality food just like we eat. I think the funny thing is with bodybuilding at higher levels is that the gear usually ends up being a lot cheaper than people think. So I would love to say that we spend $5,000 per month on gear, but in reality, it's way less, or at least I do. I get kickbacks and affiliate deals, and the pharmacist here is very generous, so I get it wholesale, man. I don't spend so much money on gear, and my cycles are pretty complicated because I like to run low dosages of a multitude of different compounds to get synergy in between all of it. Because I'm a bit of a nerd, so I go to PubMed and I read 800 studies. I'm like, I found a new way to run gear.
Yeah,
So
right.
I put it all together. I got like 15 different compounds, low dosages, all synergy, and I get great response from that. So my cycle is way more complicated than an Olympia athlete. Maybe 10 years from now, they will follow suit. The most expensive thing for me is the food. The food is so expensive. I did a video about how much it takes per year if you're a pro athlete, whether you're a bodybuilder at the highest level or amateur level. Competing for a pro card was $70,000 per year.
Yep.
So that's about $5,000 a month. And that's the food, the gym membership, the deep tissue massage therapy, a gear, obviously. But again, the gear is not that expensive at our level, man. I mean, people are paying like, dude, I pay like $1.20 for growth hormone per unit. That's unheard of for most guys. They pay $4, $5, $6. I pay $15 for an amp for a vital test. That's also unheard of for most people. They pay 40 to 50. So the gear is not that expensive, but the food, I mean, I wish I had a meal prep company here, but I get everything wholesale. I pretended to be a restaurant, and then I order bulk. So I order 20 kilos of salmon, 20 kilos of steak, right? 5 kilos of tuna. Mm-hmm. So this way you get it delivered to your house. And I would recommend that to everybody. If you eat copious amounts of food, just get it delivered. Pretend to be a restaurant. Call the wholesales that have an order for 20 kilos of rice. This. Okay, the bill will be $1,000, but it will last a very long time. Instead of making these trips to the grocery store. And then, of course, the big pickup truck will come to your house, and then they're like, this is not a restaurant. Mm-hmm. So we just do meal prep from our house. And then you bring it to your chest freezer of 200 liters. and you freeze it all in, or you buy half a cow, right? Get it chopped
Mhm.
up at the butcher. So these things you can make it a lot cheaper. But even if you do it super cheap, I think on this lifestyle at the highest level, not that I'm on the highest level, but I earn money from this sport, right? So I can it's a return on investment. I spend about 5,000 a month on the bodybuilding thing. And sometimes it's a little bit more. Like when I'm cruising on TRT, I don't eat so much. I obviously don't need so much deep tissue massage therapy. I obviously don't need so much gear, right? So, and not so much blood work. So there's phases where you spend more and spend less. But if you're like saucing hard for an entire competitive season, yeah, it might be $7,000 a month. So it can add up quite quickly. But then again, with the contracts and the affiliate codes and the YouTube revenue and having like 10, 15 revenue streams, it's, what is it, 10% of
I
your
mean,
income?
that's you're the one. We're the 1%, right? Like
Yeah.
most people that bodybuild, like some of the guys I've gone up against, they don't even have a social media. Like they don't even have they don't even like have their own Instagram page. Like
Yeah.
that's it's like all out of their own pocket. Yeah, there's a lot of. I
I
mean,
don't know.
most of the people I would say are in the fitness industry, so they're like trainers or
Mm-hmm.
PTs or something like that, or massage therapists. But I've met a lot of like firefighters, police officers,
Yeah.
crane
Mm-hmm.
operators, like, and it's crazy to me to like know that those guys are probably spending just about half their paycheck on
Yeah.
even probably more on bodybuilding every single month.
Yeah. But
And
if you love it, if it's for yourself, then I don't see a problem with that, man. As long as you keep yourself healthy. And with the police officers, I mean, they get their gear for free through seizures. And these rumors, these rumors have been going around for a while. Oh, we got another bust, and then it's
oh yeah, I
they
mean,
split it up amongst the station, and then
I would not be surprised at all. I mean,
yeah.
it's I can't see that much harm in that. So it's like,
No.
well, I shouldn't say
So
that, but
otherwise, you have to destroy it, right? I mean,
I
once
know
the
it's like,
evidence is
so
removed,
why
then
destroy it? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Essentially.
yeah, might as well use it.
Yeah,
So,
right.
but yeah, some guys spend maybe $2,000 per month on their bodybuilding journey, and I think you can even do it for $500 with a cheap gym membership, maybe a cookie cutter cycle of 500 tests, and then aromatase inhibitor, if you're using gear, obviously, and then $300 on food. I think you could get the job done like that as well. But of course, if you get to the highest level, and it's basically a return on investment because you're publicly known, you're on social media, you make money from the sport, and especially if there's prize money. I mean, the Olympia is $400,000. Yeah, of course you're going to spend the money to be the best.
Yeah, I mean, I think too, though, is like, I think it's important to understand there's a spectrum, right? And like, we've already alluded to the fact that genetics and like work ethic is the biggest component. So, like, yeah, deep tissue massage, that's nice. Buying all organic, obviously nice. But like, at the end of the day, if you're in a slight surplus in your off season and you're a good responder and you're eating enough protein and enough like dietary carbohydrates, and your digestion is generally good, you're probably going to have productive off season. If you're a
Yeah.
caloric deficit, you're eating fewer calories than you're burning, and like again, recovery, digestion is all good. Just because you're spending $300 a week and somebody else is spending $2,000 a week, if you have better genetics than them and you guys are working just as hard, like you're probably still going to beat them. So
Yeah.
I think that the thing that that really adds up is the coaching. A
Yeah.
lot of coaches are anywhere between very, very low end, let's say 200, up to let's say 1,000 or more per month, especially
Yeah.
for a prep. And then you've got posing coaching, which
Yeah.
usually is expensive. It's either let's say 80, 90, $100 virtual, or kind of can get up to like 250, and then in person, same thing. If you're lucky enough to have somebody local to you. And sure, there's exceptions like, oh, my buddy is a posing coach, or my buddy owns a gym and he's coaching me for free. Like stuff like that happens. But for most people, that's not the reality. These coaches need to get paid. So that's also a big expense that people don't really factor in: the coaching, posing coaching, trunks, tanning. If you do 3 to 4 shows, let's say you do a couple regional shows, and then you're doing the pro qualifier, or maybe a couple pro qualifiers, let's say 4 shows, you're looking at, just for tanning alone, $1,000,
Yeah.
easy. For
And then the
show
hotel
registration, you're
entry.
looking at
Yeah.
another grand easy. For tickets for your friends and family to come, because it's like $100 just to get in the door. Now you're talking another $1,000 there. Travel to each of those shows, even if it's only a few hours away. You still have to get a hotel room. You got to buy extra sheets so you don't destroy the sheets in the hotel. Like it's things that you
Yeah.
don't think about.
Yeah.
A lot of guys will
Yeah.
buy a rice cooker while
Yeah.
they're at the hotel that they're just going to throw away at the end of the trip for another $40. Like, these things seem small, but then you start to add them up and add them up and add them up. And then all of a sudden, like, for example, I went to Vancouver and I went to Walmart and I got food for literally like 3 to 4 days. And I think at Walmart I spent like $680. And it's like for 4 days, right? And because you just don't think about how much this stuff adds up. Produce and obviously protein. The leaner the protein, the more expensive it is. You're getting fruit and things like that, and it's just like it all, you start to like add it, and then you're like, oh shit, like it's all seems small, and then you get to the end of if I bought some pans because the Airbnb I had shitty pans and stuff. It's just because you don't want to cook for 4 days on pans these little tiny pans. So you buy big pans, and that costs you money. So
dishwashing detergent, laundry detergent, plastic bags. It adds up fast, man. And you throw half of it away because you can't bring it home.
Can't bring it home.
Your bag is full. You got a 50-pound bag. That's it. That's all your clothes. And that's a problem with big people. Your clothes are heavy because their clothes are big. So you can't bring anything with you. And then so you have to buy everything new. And then half of the stuff you throw away because it's family size. So you got a big bottle of laundry detergent. Just do 2 laundries in the Airbnb. That's it. Yeah, it adds up very, very fast. People don't understand. But if you don't compete, and I think you're just a hobby bodybuilder having fun with it. I mean, that's what I did for the first decade and a half. Right, it was before social media. I spent maybe $500 a month.
Yeah, I think it's
and I was happy.
It's a matter of a lot of times what you want to get out of it. Like, probably if you want to win a show, you probably should have a coach if you don't really understand. We're doing also getting objective feedback on your physique. It's hard to objectively look at yourself or feel like absolute garbage and not say, oh, like, I need to refeed, where your coach might say, no, we got to dig for another 3 days. Yep. And so you're in the suck. So you just don't, or you might be the person that pushes way too hard. Like, you just start your deficit and you start eating 1,800 calories at 16 weeks out just because you're like, I want to get shredded. Because that's how Sam Solik does it. So it's just a lot of times it's the personality type takes over too. And that's why it's good to have an objective third party that's kind of guiding you through the process. And that's expensive. It's usually for a prep, for at least like a decent coach, you're looking at anywhere between $1,500 and $2,000 just for the prep phase.
Yeah. And then it especially for pro qualifiers or show that are very important, it's good to have your coach there present. So you don't have to get coached through the phones.
For their travel, and their hotel room.
Yeah. And if you're the only client in the show, then you're paying the full Monty for your coach. But of course, if you've got 5, 7, 10 clients, then like when I was still coaching, some of my clients would pay for my flight to the World Championships. But I would have like 10, 15 clients. So they would all chip in $100, and then for $1,500, I'd be covered.
Yeah, they're charging. I think they were charging $450 or $550 for coaches passes backstage, and I was like,
oh yeah,
crazy. So if you want to be your coach backstage, help you with your glaze, help you with your final adjustments, posing, pump up, another $500.
I was always able to get a backstage pass free of charge.
Of course.
Yeah. I was but I was always the biggest coach also. So
yeah, right.
You get privilege. No, but it adds up fast, man. Yeah, and if you want to do it right, you got to spend the money, because if you slack on one of the expenses, it might be the difference between first and second.
Correct.
And that, I mean, it's bad to cheat on your diet, right? You have a pancake or something 2 weeks out, and then you get second, but not spending on one of the important things. Also, it's also it feels kind of, I should have spent that extra $200 on another couple coats of tan, for example.
Yeah.
Because how many guys show up with shitty tan? It keeps happening. A lot of guys, or just going to the tanning salon or taking a little bit of melanotan too during the contest phase.
Mhm.
Yeah, Valentine 2 isn't free. Well, maybe for some of us.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, pretty cheap.
Um,